You lucky people. Jamie's going to show us how she makes egg crepes.
Okay, the thing that I love about eggs, is their versatility. You can be frugal with them. They don't cost very much to make things, and crepes are a thing that doesn't cost very much, but they can be as schmazzy as you want them to be. So today we're going to put it together, and it's easy peasy. There's really not much to it, and it looks like you really know what you're doing. So here we go. Okay, we take 4 eggs, and we whip them up. Doesn't take long. Beat them into submission. And what we're going to do is we're going to go with the liquids first. So we have 1/2 cup of water and 1/2 cup of milk. Again, whip those up. Hear them crying. They're being whipped into submission.
Yes. Jamie!
I won't do it again, Mom. Okay. Then we need about 1 tablespoon of butter. Make sure it's soft because we're going to have to mix that up in there. So we put our little plop in there. Plops equate to tablespoons. Yes, 2 plops would be
a glug from the liquid.
Right, a glove. Yeah. Okay, so we get that all mixed up in there nice, and then the last liquid would be 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So now it smells like you can eat it.
Yes, now I can really
whole tablespoon. Is that not wonderful? Okay, now it calls for 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to do it this way. Okay.
I hear a rhythm in there.
It was. Make it fun. Okay, then we'll slowly incorporate the dry. Go ahead.
Boom.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, just like we do with our pudding.
Like we do with our pudding. Yeah, let me work with you here.
Tell me when you want more.
Come on.
Okay.
I think you know how to do this. You know the drill. And when you're done, you have fantastic arms. Tell you, between the pudding and the butter and all the things, it is. I think American women would have, much better bodies if they would spend more time in the kitchen, all the whipping, shaking.
Are we looking at a food whiffery exercise video?
I think we are. I'll have to look into some music for that.
Well, I've got the percussion.
Nice. Nice.
Okay, we're almost there.
Okay, so you're looking for a thin pancake kind of consistency. Last little bit. Okay, and after you get done whipping it, you want it to set for 5 or 10 minutes. Let it get used to everybody that's involved.
So will it thicken up?
I don't know that it'll thicken, but it'll more of a congeal. You want to make sure that all that flour is incorporated in there, because the last thing you want to bite into in your fancy pants dinner is a big hunk of flour in your crepe.
True.
So once you make sure all of that is done, then you let it just sit and hang out together for a while, and then we'll come back and we'll cook it.
Okay. Okay, so now you've let it set for about 8-10 minutes, and that's to let it thicken a little bit?
When you have an egg product like that and you whip it up like that, you end up with a thicker product. I don't know that it necessarily thickens as though you would put in a thickener, but it does come more congealed. It's just easier to put on the pan.
So could you mix this up similarly in a blender?
I prefer the blender.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we've got the pan
on fire.
On fire.
You want me to turn it down?
No, we need a pretty good heat.
Okay.
Now here again is the delicate balance when you're making this. You need to have it hot and you need to have a fat on it, but you don't want it smoking. So you got to stand there and you got to watch it. But fortunately, it goes really fast. Fortunately and unfortunately, it goes really fast. You can get in trouble on it too. Yeah. Okay, so you want a little healthy fat on there. You can do any fat that you want, but this one, we're making a sweet crepe, so I like mine to be, my fat of choice is butter. So we get all the butter all over that pan, because Lord knows where this is going to go. If it's runny, it might go all over the place. And then you take your crepe mix that has been sitting, that probably should be a little thicker than this, and you can ladle it on, or you can
scooch it on.
Scooch it on. We might need a scoocher here, so we'll bring a scoocher in, just in case. All right, and it's cranked up hot, so here we go. sometimes you have to swirl it around and help it go where you want it to go. Sometimes it goes where you want it to go. There you go. Now, if it's too thick, I take my little swirly and spread it out a little bit. If it's thin enough that it'll go without that,
It's cooking up well.
it's cooking up beautifully. It's not round and nice and perfect, which if you use the scoocher, you can get the nice round and perfect on a good day. But we're more into yummy than we are into pretty, so there we go. So that's
So it's starting to dry. I can see that the moisture is evaporating on the top, and it's starting to dry out there.
it is. And I like it to just dry, and then I don't turn it over like a pancake. I just put whatever I'm going to put on right on top of that egg.
Okay.
So what we're
That's good
looking
to know.
for is a slight browning, ever so slight. And I think we're pretty close to there.
Smells wonderful.
If you want to look at the
vanilla.
bottom of it, I'm going to flip it over just so that they can see
Okay.
the ever so slight browning there. We're going to take this off so we don't burn the house down. This is a crepe. That's all that there is to it. But again, the beauty of the versatility of an egg is you can do whatever you want with this. Now, if you wanted to, you could whip up some cream cheese, sour cream, and put some shrimp in it. Pour a little sauce over the top of it, and you've got a rich, nutrient-dense dinner that's super easy, and people are very filled with it. But my favorite way of doing it is not to go the savory direction. My favorite direction is the sweet. And this is how we do it. Chocolate.
No chocolate.
That's when my husband's home. But when I'm home, what I do is I take cheese curds. This is what you have in the cheese making process. But it doesn't have that sour flavor that some of the different cultured products have. And so I take this, I bizz it up in the blender, and I put my sweetener of choice, which in this case would be honey and a little vanilla. Bizz that up. I spread it down the center. I fold in the sides. And I pour over a strawberry or any berry of choice or sauce. And whipped cream.
Okay. In my house, I would see cooking sausage, and the guys would wrap this around a sausage.
Absolutely.
And also, I see using gooseberry jam in the center, wrapping that up.
Oh,
too.
that would be lovely.
So,
I've never done that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So it's
you
just
have
the
a-
tortilla mentality.
It is.
Just put whatever you want in there.
It
just
is.
variety.
And now, if you wanted to use a gluten-free flour in there, it could be very, very tortilla-like for those of us who aren't consuming flour.
Right. Good job.
So there you go.
You're good at this egg stuff.
I like them.
Does that make you
I
an
like 'em a lot.
egghead?